I think what's really important in the early days of validating a company or an idea in the marketplace isn't to go for, like, can I get a logo and a bunch of backpacks and some cups or whatever, business cards made, to see if people get excited about the idea. I think there's two tests you have to pass. Test number one is, can I get money out of other people's bank accounts and put it into mine? That's test one. Test two is, can I do that in a way where they are excited to tell someone else about it? Because in today's marketplace, it doesn't matter how great the offer is and how great the copy is and how great the brand is. People want to know that other people, they want to know that it's real. Because the first thing when you see something that's too good to be true, if you have an awesome product that's too good to be true, they're going to be like, oh man, prove it. Everybody's trying to get hustled online so hard right now that the first thing they're saying is like, is this real? And so that's why I'm saying that second test is important, because if you have the right people saying, no, this is real, it works, I use it, check it out, then it makes it, like, in terms of like getting up the trust curve in the mind and the psychology of the market. I'm saying that all like clinically and scientifically or businessy, but like, it's just, man, like if you really want to connect with somebody, you got to get through the gates. And so one of those trust gates is, does it work? And so rather than like, trying to get you on a demo or show you the thing, like if I can get some really high profile people to say, man, this really works, it creates this tidal wave of credibility that's like so hard to ignore. Because I think that the market needs to have confidence in three things to buy from you. They need to have confidence in you as a person or the person presenting it to them, the vehicle, the thing that you're selling in their company. But the last one is they need to have like confidence in themselves that it'll actually work if they try it. And confidence comes from evidence. So that second door, people saying, hey man, like this actually works, like that's I'm giving them the confidence to vote on themselves to come have a conversation with me.
That's amazing. Wow. You're just all the golden nuggets you're dropping. I'm out here just picking them up.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we're recording this,
Yeah, thank God. So earlier you mentioned something about like validating, the market. What I'm curious about, you founded so many companies. At the current company that you're at, Daily AI, at what point were you like, that's a problem, I want to solve it, and I know how to solve that? Like, what kind of compelled you to be like, I'm going to go start this and I'm going to go validate this? Like, did you have validation before? Was it like conversations with friends? What was kind of your thought process to being like, that's my next venture?
Yeah, what actually started in the last company that I sold. So there's a company called GrowFlow, and we were building what I would argue is maybe the most boring product I've ever sold ever. It was compliance software in the legal cannabis industry.
Didn't you guys sell it
That's
for
what I
$60 million?
That's what we sold, right? So, but like we got our funding on March 20th of 2020. So the whole strategy for go-to-market got blown up because like you can't buy ads. You can't really post on organic social because nobody cares. They have to be looking for you. But if nobody knows, because the algorithms will nerf you basically. And so if you want to reach people, I was like, okay, we might have to door knock. I might have to build like a regional sales team and just get in people's face, like politely and lovingly, of course. Well, that didn't work. So we just went old school, man. And we did old school direct mail. And I mailed people because it was COVID, everybody was isolated and, people weren't going out to eat. So I mailed them like, it looked like sushi, but it was socks. It was sushi socks with like a letter that was like, hey, I know this whole thing sucks and none of us can leave our houses. If you want real sushi, I'll buy you sushi on Uber Eats. Just get on a phone with me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. All I want to do is help you come up with a growth plan for your business. And then if that didn't work, I would send them another gift and another funny letter. And after like 6 letters, they would come and give us their email to have this conversation. And then like the comments I would get back was like, oh man, like you sent so many letters and they were so funny. I started reading them in front of the office, and finally I was like, okay, screw it. Like, you can buy me lunch. Like, let's have a conversation. And so, that was strategy one. But the way that we really hooked them is that like, that was the hook. The way that I got them into our ecosystem was through email. Right. And I realized how powerful email was. And, I do these talks all over the country, and I'll say, hey man, raise your hand if you use, email in your business, and every hand goes up. And I say, keep your hand in the air if you use TikTok in your business. And like 95% of hands go down. 95% of hands for people that are 30 and older, right? And I'm kind of picking on TikTok, but it's true. Like everybody uses email. It's got more daily active users than any single social media platform on the planet. It's the oldest killer app on the internet. I mean, it's just like when you're first, it's hard to kill you unless you really screw it up. So email is just, whether we like it or not, it's embedded in how we do business. And like, because I'm a little bit of a contrarian, I was like, so as the Grow Flow was selling, I was immediately like, it's not even sold yet. I'm like, yo, what's the next thing? It's got to be around email.